Hey guys, Mark Lyon here, Lion Horses. Today I want to go over a couple little things that kind of might help you guys, and that's what to carry with you. Everybody's got their own things that they normally have on them at any particular time, and so I'm going to show you what I carry. So what brought this up was I was at a buddy of mine's place a couple weeks ago, and we're with a group of friends, and somebody walks up to me and says, "Hey, do you have this?" And I said, "Oh yeah," and I hand it to him. And then a little while later, somebody else comes up and said, "Hey, do you have this other thing?" And I said, "Oh yeah," and so I hand it to him. And after about the third or fourth time that happened, in the span of about 30 minutes, one of the people that were interning there said, "You keep that stuff on you?" And it was surprising to them that I happened to have all these things on me. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over what I normally carry on me on an average day, and some people call it EDC, which stands for everyday carry. Some people call it pocket dumps, where you just dump everything out you have and tell them what, kind of explain what you carry. So anyway, here we go. So first thing, carry a phone. I like to use mine mainly for videoing and taking pictures and listening to podcasts. We'll go over that in a second. I use the Evernote app. The Evernote app is an app that you can write lists and notes, and you can add pictures to it, and it also is on my tablet and my computer, and they all talk to each other, so it updates each other. And so if I add something to one list, it's gonna transfer to the other one. So kind of nice for me. Yeah, works good. Podcast. So I normally have a little set of headphones, or something, some sort of Bluetooth thing that I'm listening to. So I listen to podcasts. It's a good way to gain knowledge and some education while you're doing something like cleaning stalls or mowing the grass or driving or whatever. So anyway, just something that I like to do. I also talk to some friends while I'm riding. So I'll just be chatting to some people that I often talk to. So anyway, that's one. I also like to carry a pen. So I like the old-fashioned button-down shirts. I like it when you can have your pocket flap down and the pen sits right in that little slot there. Not all shirts have that, unfortunately, but I like the ones that do. So generally, I like to have them with that little deal. And I like a small pen, not too big. Yeah, works pretty good. Pocket clip or money clip. Now, I used to have a really nice money clip, but after about 7 or 8 years, it finally cracked along the back. So I've got a new one ordered, but in the meantime, I'm using the redneck version, little binder clip, and works pretty good because you can just stick it in there. So if you guys are looking for a inexpensive way to keep your money together and your credit cards and all that good stuff, yeah, works pretty good. So that's what I have normally in my shirt pockets. Okay, so now we're going to go down. I normally carry a Leatherman. I've got this little pouch here. A buddy of mine, Alex Whistler, made these for me, and man, he does a really good job. But I carry a Leatherman. This is the Wave. I did a little video on why I like Leathermans, and their warranty deals top notch. But anyway, I've had a Leatherman for quite a few years now, and really like it. If you ask to borrow a knife, this is the one you're probably going to get, because if it comes back not as sharp as I gave it to you, or maybe a little dirty, I'm not going to be very irritated. All right, that's what this one's for. It's for work. Okay, the other thing I carry is a flashlight, also in that sheath. This one's got 2 different brightness levels. It's rechargeable, so every couple weeks when it starts getting a little low, I just plug it on the charger and does it. This one has a little pocket clip on it, which you can stick on your hat, make it into a little headlight. A lot of times I'll stick it up here in my on my shirt collar, and that way I can point it at whatever I need to do. Of course, if you're just doing it for a second, a lot of times you just grab it and stick it in your mouth, but that pocket clip's kind of nice if you want to go hands-free. So that's something I carry. I use that almost every day. Like, it's amazing how you're looking back in a corner for something, or you're looking in a box and it's a little dark in there. Yeah, you just want to see in something. So I carry that. Now, the other knife I carry, so that's my work knife. If I'm gonna peel an apple, or cut some food, or do something that needs a clean knife, maybe a little minor surgery, I have this one. Now this one's pretty nice. It's got a pretty nice little tapered pointy blade. I like for this knife, the clean knife, I like something that's got a pretty good point on it, right? Because it's for digging out slivers, doing a little minor surgery, like I say, cleaning, cutting something that needs a little bit more precision, maybe a little leather work or something, cutting a little slit in a piece of leather or something. So I want something with a pretty fine point, and this one stays clean. So unless you're cutting something for foodstuffs, you're probably not getting this one, right? If you come and ask me for a knife, you're getting the other one. So that's that. Next thing, I carry a lighter. This one is a Scorch. It's the name, Scorch, I think is how you spell it. But yeah, pretty nice. Runs on butane, and it's stout. Like it puts some heat out. So I like having one of these because a lot of times you'll have a lead rope and the end is starting to get frayed, and it's a lot of trouble to go back and find some sort of torch or something, a flame to melt the ends. And so I normally have one of these on there, and then you'll cut a piece of parachute cord off or something like that to tie something off, and if you melt the ends, it doesn't fray. So that's what I use it for. Also, I've used it to light a couple of birthday candles or start a fire in a fireplace or something like that. So yeah, it's come in pretty handy. So I like having one of these on me. Okay, so the next thing, my other pen. So not all my pockets have that little pen, so I'll carry one of these, and it's a little bullet pen, so it's pretty small. It's also one of those little fancy space ones that we paid I don't know how many millions of dollars to get invented so we could write in outer space. But yeah, pretty handy, and fits in your pocket. So if you guys don't carry, maybe you don't have a shirt that has, you don't often wear a shirt that has the front pockets, good way to carry a little pen in your pocket. Next is I carry a little clip. Get up here close. So this little clip has 2 rubber washers on it for your hose bibs, and it's got a couple of hair ties, ponytail ties, and a little piece of parachute cord, and a clip, and a little key ring there. So that's what I carry on that. And you're always, you'll be putting a hose on, and the rubber is not very good. It's been torn or whatever, or maybe it's missing, and then the hose is spraying out the end for your nozzle maybe, or whatever, and yeah, it's just a mess. So I like having one of those there, because I just stick a new one in there and you're all sealed up and ready to go. So it's kind of nice. And then I carry those hair ties because if I need to braid a tail up, you're braiding your horse's tail, or you're gonna go, he's stepping on it when he backs up or stops, and you want to braid it and tie it up so that you don't step on it. That's what I use those for. So kind of handy to do. The other thing I a lot of times will do is I take one of those hair ties and I stick it on my wrist when I go to turn the water on. And then when I every time I look down, that little hair tie is on my wrist. A lot of times I'll leave that little key ring on there, and that reminds me, oh, the water's still on. You need to turn the water off. So just kind of a handy little thing that you can just have on you and prevent you from overflowing the water tubs quite so much. So anyway, and like I say, use it in your horse's tail if you're braiding it up or whatever. So anyway, these are the things that I carry on me on a regular basis. Just have them. If you have them on there, you don't have to go back to the barn and waste time doing that. So anyway, just one of those things that like I say, those guys were a little surprised when they said, "Hey, do you have a hair tie?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And you hand them a ponytail holder, and they kind of look at you like, "Well, you carry that in your pocket." Yeah. And so anyway, just one of those things. If you like being handy and like being prepared, that's what I carry. And so it'll change and develop as you go along. But anyway, some ideas to start out with. Anyway, remember, we're trying to be the person our horse deserves. Hope this tip helps.